15 plus to go, there's still so much to see. With our knowledge and stats and gear, surely it will be easy. 25 full years of questing, haven't died or banked once even. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2011. Welcome back to February 9th, 2011. The Frost Dragons continue, taking longer and longer for each level here. But here he is, level 91 Prayer. Well, that is quite a lot of XP. That gets us, later, Superheat form, which was very nice, and then it changed some things, and then things changed. Still pretty good. Still can't do that, though. And just means we need to go get just another 613,000 XP for the next level. A few things are going to happen before we get to that next prayer level, though, because we are still training other skills here too, and other factors. But here is level 85 attack and strength. Very good. Attack my Frost Dragon. Still attack me from here? I like to not be attacked. Go outside. Eat a shark. 85 attack and strength. Still no combo levels for those because we're still range based, but still. 85 attack. Later on, that's going to be Balanced Strike, Tetsu Katana, and Wakazashi, Lava Whip, Ripper Claw, Dragon Rider Lance, Fury Blades, Mizuyari, Dark Ice, Shard, and Sliver. And then 85 strength is going to be a quest requirement. Very cool stuff. Some of those we might even want to get at some point, but they don't exist. Next up, the Christmas event might be ending now, so I'm going to turn things in. We got paper that can be exchanged for items, like a Cape of Devotion token. Might worth something, but we keep it ourselves. Open up the things, get some more things. It really is more convenient doing this on Ironman because you don't get the lamps and stars which take up all the inventory space. So you just get a whole bunch of this useless food and a couple oddments that are also going away soon, probably. And things like Festive Warrior Skeleton Scroll Set 2, which we've already unlocked. So we can't get it again, we just destroy it, it's fine. Got a gift wrap token thing, staff, rings that turn you into presents, a snowboard. We can reclaim all these if we want. Overhead emotes, another ring, another candy cane, which we already have, and then these ones. Pretty good, pretty good. And I think there's a few other things we can claim here. We'll also go do that. Click, 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 click. Snowball title thing. Present that we can hold. Overhead emote. Overhead emote. Another ring of turning into a present. Oddments. Food. Not sure if we can actually get in this because we didn't do it. Oh, we did. And some spirit and things. We also got overhead emotes and something. We just got those. Yeah, some are more spirit we can turn for other things too. Let's have the money pouch. Make sure we don't get any money from this. Use ashes and limestone. Oh, look at that. And there was the whole advent calendar. We got a bunch of stuff from that, and a frozen phoenix last thing from that, and a giant present over here. We get Snow Imp Teleport Override. Amazing. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. That probably is it for that. Here is 92 Prayer. Living on a 92 Prayer. Halfway there. Level 92. That is Soul Split. Requires Temple at Santistan, which we have done. And now we have Soul Split. This is a very, very good curse. Technically not a prayer. It's on the curses book. But still. Let's get that right over here. Soul Split. Essentially, it's a health leech effect. Originally, it was 20% of any damage you dealt. Then through various changes, we're only going to be getting 10% of the damage we deal healed back to us, which is still pretty good. So you need to consider the amount of prayer that it drains compared to other things. Looks like it's twice as much as just protection prayers, so probably going to need to flick it a little bit or to make constant use of it. But overall, it should be enough for us to just fight the frost dragons without having to get any food. So it doesn't mean we're going to need to probably get the bones, teleport to a bank like Edgeville or something here. Aim of the Glory. Get the Marantils unnoted, teleport back. That's all fine. We're getting plenty of stuff from the Frost Dragon still. We got 2,000 Law Runes. We got 4,000 Rune Arrows. 600,000 more coins from the coins and alks. 6.1 million coins here. It's pretty good. We also need to consider the fact that we're eventually going to have to alk the Dragonfire Shield. That's another 1.2 million. So, it's going pretty well. Very profitable and very profitable, whatever. Anyways, we're going to be continuing that later, once we get through some updates. On February 10th, 2011, the Players Gallery got New Year's resolutions, love runecrafting, necromancy. On February 12th, 2011, Valentine's community events. We're gonna have a Valentine's Day Wilderness Massacre with a kill count competition to go along with it. Also going to do a reverse Q&A. On February 14th, 2011, said Valentine's Day Wilderness Massacre. The results are in. There were 625,347 deaths in this 48-hour-long wilderness battle. The closest guess was 623,500. They win a wilderness t-shirt, and the new wilderness t-shirt is also just on the store. So that's nice. Also got the post bag from the hedge. Got Valentine's letters to the wise old man, a tormented demon, the chaos elemental, smelly toes, and Zanuck. Continuing the Valentine's theme, we got Clanentines. It's essentially a clan advertisements competition in the form of a Valentine's note. The best ones will be put on the forums. Top 3 prizes. Oh boy. On February 15th, 2011, patch notes. They decided to stop violating the Geneva Conventions by changing the lunar heal spells from a red cross to a purple cross. Some floating rocks were removed. The Juju mining potion works with the Varrock armor, and also faster bank pins. Hattie has also left the Fremnik area, but the magic in the gloves will last until May 10th, if you haven't used that yet. For other things that have been added for temporary events, we got Granny at Musa Point selling bowls of acai for cheap price. Little fruit bowl things. Actual update here, though, is a skill bonanza. Specifically focusing around urns for the first part. These are new items made from clay. And we also get our actually correct clay mines. over to your barbarian village and Drainer Manor. So that will be a way we can actually mine clay correctly. Previously, there was just the one down where the mines have changed and it's been a whole thing. So yeah, clay. And take your clay to a new pottery area here in southeast Varrock, if you're so inclined. We'd probably still just go to the one in Barbarian Village, or Gunner's Room, or whatever. Yeah, pottery! Wow. Specifically, making just a whole pile of new pottery. New kinds of urns for a bunch of different skills. You can also go and talk to Ernie over here with all his urns. Like, explain a little bit about the urns. Essentially, you get the clay, you spin, pull, potter wheel it into the unfired urns. Then you fire the urns. Then you need to attach a rune to finish the urns. There is mining, fishing, cooking, fire making, and smelting urns. Of those, the smelting urns have definitely changed the most, since there's no experience in smelting with the mining smithy work. So, essentially, as long as you have a high enough level urn for the thing you're doing, it's basically 20% more experience. So, it's pretty good. Stacking and things are also whole systems. Takes a little bit to fill it up, depending on levels of everything, and then they teleport away. It's a whole thing. The highest level urns also don't have any restrictions on the level of thing you're doing, so that'd be for the best ones. We can make most of those. Saving getting especially higher crafting for future updates, though. So, in terms of the skills that we actually get experience in here, I don't really need more mining experience because it's the smithing that's lagging behind. Fishing and cooking are already 99. Fire making urns, a little excessive, very quick. It'll probably take longer to make the urns than just not worrying about it in the first place. And the smelting ones don't really work. There's also some different urns for prayer. They collect demonic ashes. Then you can teleport it away for some additional prayer XP. Don't really fight too many demons though, so that's an option. Also have the option just to add ectoplasm. I guess the ashes are new. The prayer urns collect the new demonic ashes. You got impious ashes, cursed ashes, and infernal ashes. Higher level ashes from higher level demons and stuff. Very similar to bones. You can just put them along with ectoplasm at the ectofuntus, so it's actually pretty quick, all things considered. Don't have to worry about the grinding step because they're already ashes. Or you can bring them to your player-owned house altar, like we've been doing with all the Frost Dragon bones. The highest level ashes are pretty much equivalent to dragon bones though, so definitely not anywhere close to like the Frost Dragon bones. Also they're demons, so not as good drops or anything. Also got some shortcut improvements. Canoe system is now free to play, and they hand out a free axe for you to use. And all the crossbow shortcuts now have a fancy storage box you can store crossbows and grapples in. It's all kinds of different crossbows, and then the mithril grapple, which makes it a little more awkward to deal with, having to get all those different things. They're also not particularly useful, because we don't really use the grapples too much. We could go put those in if we wanted to. Also, the one in Lumbridge Swamp has been just removed entirely, so that's later. And also rope racks at the Eagles and the Waterfall. Can't even really currently go into the Waterfall dungeon, so we need to go get the Galarial's amulet. That requires no combat stuff. We can't drop the cat rapier right now. Well, that's alright. Again, another thing we could make if we wanted to. Yeah. Don't know how much we're really going to make use of any of the urns for anything. At least if we have to go fight demons for something, we can scatter the ashes or just bring them back to the house. Or the Ectofuntus, I suppose. I'm not always going to have a pile of Marintils ready to go for prayer training. We're really kind of getting towards being done with training prayer here. Or at least that's the plan. Anyways, on February 17th, 2011, Quartermaster's Market wrap-up, food deliveries to the middle of battles, mud pies, black markets, estate agents, doing all sorts of stuff with the wilderness. Having a good time. And the Spring Clean community event on Kramja. Control the populations of the snakes, scorpions, and monkeys, and have those fruit bowls they were having. On February 18th, 2011, submit some carnival-themed art for the next player's gallery. And all million-plus people that voted in the wilderness return have their names on a digital art piece, which I couldn't find anywhere. We've also got a PvP event for President's Day, which is definitely a choice. 44 free-to-play worlds, one for each president. Choose your favorite and go rack up some PvP kills on that world. Fascinating. On February 21st, 2011, patch notes. Zarite bow's string reattached. No more flickering cupboards. Leaving the Daemonheim Castle kicks you from your dungeoneering party. And Zygomites are correctly called mutated Zygomites, once again. Also got some Nex improvements. The Zarite bow and Virtus armor pieces are 3 times more common. Are the other armors also more common? I don't know. The common drops now have more things and split more among the team. And having full ancient ceremonial robes allows quick access to the next bank area without requiring the 40 kill count. And since these robes are now actually useful instead of just cosmetic, they have been greatly increased drop rates from the minions in the fight. But you also can very rarely get them for the mages outside, but again, we're not going to go fight Nex right now. And while you're wearing these robes, in order to get past for the free kill count, they still don't actually offer protection, so you're still going to be attacked by everything down there. So, definitely still dangerous. Out in the wilderness, also being incredibly dangerous, we got Wildy Worms. 2-week event. Find spawns in multi-combat areas of the wilderness. The Wildy Worms are level 382 to 562, with J-mods being able to control and buff the strength. If you manage to brave the boss battle and all the PKers that are probably out to kill everyone there too, you can get a Fury Shark. It heals like a shark, and also allows you to protect 1 extra item for 1 minute. So, not very long. PvP, oh boy. On February 23rd, 2011, log into Facebook to tag your RuneScape name on the I Brought Back the Wilderness Million Names artwork. But while you're there, also don't enter your RuneScape password, please. And we have the Clan Times winners. The best was an ad to join a pirate crew. Join a pirate clan. How fun. On February 24th, 2011, bonus XP weekend announced. Once again, we're starting at 2.7 times XP, dropping to 1.1 times, summoning only at 1.1 times because the charm collecting part is the long part, and a blog on specific training methods that will or won't work. Various multipliers and stuff that just don't work with bonus XP. That's alright. Not something we could have done, even though we could, even when it was Ironman and all that. And that gets us to March 1st, 2011. Behind the scenes, heading back to the Elemental Workshop, a new workshop for artisans. Said bonus XP weekend that was just announced. An update to the Ring of Wealth, Trolls, and the next pirate quest.
For patch notes, the human animation system has been overhauled. Will allow for more stuff there. Fixed trying to make a hangover cure if you don't know how. Haven't completed that part of Plague City yet. Summoning potions now work like potions. And bake pie spells will fill your cooking urns, because it's technically given cooking XP. Also got a previous options button at the duel arena for all your dueling needs. The Acai salesman and the Acai bowls are gone. Lobby updated to match the new login screen. And the next quest. It is right here. Elemental Workshop 4. Unsurprisingly requires Elemental Workshop 3. Then also 41 crafting, 39 rune crafting, 39 thieving, 42 smithing, 40 defense. A hammer, chisel, some elemental runes, a knife, 2 primed bars of elemental metal. So essentially, go do Elemental Workshop 2 more times. Except everything's already repaired, so at least that's something. Get a pickaxe, get the elemental earth stuff, get some coal. Go make these primed bars, and head over to the Sorcerer's Tower. These Elemental Workshop books really do get all over the place, don't they? You find a notched book. Elemental Workshop 4. Except, we take it from the bookshelf. Okay. Notched book. Book of the Elemental Gloves. There we go. Although the building of the body machine was time-consuming and ultimately did not meet with the success he desired, Vitruvius was still resolutely determined to find a way to reanimate his bumbling apprentice. He had a clear idea of what to try next. Just like he always tried to drum into his apprentice, your ideas must be sharp and keen like a blade. Put your nose to the grindstone, and the edges of that idea will begin to form. Indeed, it wasn't too long after the body machine proved unsuccessful that Vitruvius set about creating his next device, one that generated energy akin to that of cosmic magic. He hoped that the state-changing effects cosmic magic caused in other magically receptive objects could be used to change the state of an inanimate object based upon its form. Vitruvius set about constructing a cosmic energy matrix. The matrix consisted of pillars that each contained a number of precious gemstones, which had been ground into focusing lenses on the workshop's newly installed whetstone. Through these pillars, the 4 base elements were passed in such a way as to generate vast amounts of cosmic energy. It was an expensive proposition that required Vitruvius to sell off much of his property, but he was so stoically determined to return his apprentice that money was no object. After the previous failed experiment with his apprentice's body, Vitruvius decided that this time to first create a dedicated test subject to a prototype shell, built from primed elemental metal. Unfortunately, his own expertise lay in metallurgy, not human anatomy, and so his prototype didn't turn out exactly human-shaped. But it worked. The cosmic energy turned the lifeless lump of metal into a walking, talking being, though one without a soul. Vitruvius named it Davi, inspired by something that an old artist friend of his had once drawn. With the prototype working, he set about building a second elemental shell, this time using the elemental metal in which his old apprentice resided. He figured that the boy's consciousness, which was held within the metal, would bring back his old apprentice, albeit in a different form. Ah yes, the apprentice. He had his soul sucked out into the metal, and it's been an entire thing trying to make this work out for everybody. And boy has it not. Body machine didn't quite work, so we're off to the next one. We're gonna make some stuff. We got a notched book. It immediately says grindstone. A little bit more straightforward than some of the hints as to how to make and get this key and things. Once again, we need access to another part of the area here. Whetstone, grindstone, use a book. Using the spine of the book as a guide, you cut teeth into the knife's blade. Now we have a key blade. Just a regular sized knife key blade though, so perhaps slightly less impressive. Metal here, smelted over there. Everything in the second area to make the primed bars. Now we're heading down into the third level. Not using it on this machine to extract mind energy. Not going into the body door. Do that. Instead, the next section, unlock the door with the keyblade. And this door looks like something. Gap in the edges. Unlocked. And we have unlocked the next area. Technically, 2 sections here. We got cosmic door, some energy, and some energy, and a chaos door. First, it was out the cosmic. In here first. Where we have emitters, pillars, energy, more emitters and pillars, a machine, draining machine, and a control panel. So here is this. It controls up and down, different energies. This emitter needs a rune in it. We can rotate things as we like. Air and water here. With so many options. There's just air there, fire there, earth here. I just need to move some of the runes around. Can't power it up yet. We do a little bit of back and forth here. That's alright. Take this water rune here. Air goes through there. Fire goes through there. Earth goes through here. And water through here. Somewhat. Of course, this is just the first stage of the puzzle. Back in the emitter. Power it up. Fires off some blasts. They come through and unlock stage 2. Where we need more runes, more emitters. We have to find ways to get things across both directions. And just see which ones are available on both sides. And then switch things as necessary. Fire through the bottom here, which then determines that this has to be fired through the top. This is air, so this one needs to rotate. This one's air from there, that's fine. Water, water, air. So, that's no good. What options do we have? Fire through there. Air, air, fire, fire, fire. Nope. Earth and water and fire. No, water, water. Also needs to be, it can be at either level. So just need one pathway through. One pathway is good enough. So yeah, this one, lower here. Oh. Well, we can put the rune in here at least. Move the runes around. This needs a fire. It needs to be moved up. This one's air through the bottom. This one is water. Remove it, replace it. Got a fire rune here, which needs to be an earth rune. And this one is fire rune. And this one is an air rune. Switching things around, making it work. Pretty doable puzzle, all things considered. Yeah, earth through there at the lower. Fire through here at the lower. Air through here at the higher. Fire through here is higher. Move that up. Air through the bottom. And water through the top here. Passes through. Activates. Activates. Level 3. Look at this whole mess. Look at this whole mess. Okay. again, we just need to get the 8 emitters now all the way through. Let's compare the options of what is an option here. Earth on the top would work. That's not going to do anything. That was not going to do anything. So it's Earth at the top. Earth, Earth, Earth at the top. That kind of answers the question for more of these. Can't be either of those. Can't be either of those. So it's going to be fire. On the top on this level. That's not the right thing. Kind of at a different angle here. Which is a little bit awkward. You know. Move this to the top. That's going to be fire. You know, water, 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 not water. Water, water, yes, water. And water. Yep. That one's completely blocked. This one is completely blocked. So it's bottom water there. This one is already just set Earth at the top, so that's fine. And this one's gonna be middle wind, by the looks of things. Up and down. And over here we got water through the middle, air through the bottom, fire through the middle. And you put an earth rune here. Are the right runes for all these? Fire in the middle, earth through the bottom, water through the middle. This needs to be a fire rune. This needs to be a water rune. This needs to be an earth rune. This needs a different rune. Lots of rune changes required, but manageable. Earth rune here. Fire rune's alright. Air rune is correct. Water rune's good. This fire rune's fine. This one needs to be water. This one needs to be earth. This one needs a rune all together here. It's an air rune. Okay. Put all that together. Back to the control panel. Here, it's coming back. Power! Some of them hit things. What happened there? Which ones are hitting? Top one there? Is earth too high? That's supposed to be a fire rune. Okay. Is that the only one that was messed up? Yep. If it's not right, it's not right. And then it doesn't work. Put a fire rune in it. There you go. Not quite an earth rune. No call. Compared to, especially the Elemental Workshop 3 puzzle, it's a pretty easy start here. You power up the Cosmic Machine. There you go. Here we have an odd machinery, a draining machine. Operate it. How odd, this machine. Powered with cosmic power. It's alive. And then with its cosmic power, it can walk through this fire or something, because it's a robot. Look at it go. And then over to the other side, where we look at the darkness for a little bit. And then we look at this. And standing. Operate. Operate air. Opens the door. Would you look at that? The town has opened the chaos door. Yay. Okay. We can use a prime bar on here. Prime bar on the jig. I want to do that. I think we do need to do that, but let's go look at the chaos room first. If there's any information to be gleaned in here. We got an automaton doing stuff in the chaos room. Automaton has Devi engraved on its chest. Okay. Some temporary wall with fire on it, a workbench, a table with a shabby book, various cubes, various tokens, shabby book, with Vitruvius's experiments with cosmic energy proving to be a success, and his old apprentice and Davi on hand to help out with the more menial tasks, he threw himself back into his research on the effects magic energy had on the elemental metal, this time using chaos magic. His plan was to construct a machine through which he would give the mindless Davi simple instructions, something that previously Flesh and Blood apprentice still seemed incapable of. Inspired by the likes of the golems and the rune guardians he'd heard about to the east, Vitruvius used chaos energy to construct a machine to feed instructions to his new non-sentient mechanical worker. His newly crafted cosmic gloves proved to be a necessary insulation against the machine's chaotic power. From a combination of simple inputs, he devised a way to give the automaton complex instructions. From simplicity came wonderfully chaotic complexity. Others who saw the machine thought it a wonder of the modern age, though some perhaps reacting more to its basis in chaotic energy simply dubbed it a chaos engine, or simply that infernal machine. Philistines. While Vitruvius had his head in his workshop building the chaos machine, his old apprentice was growing accustomed to his new cosmic-powered body. At first he was upset that he was no longer technically human, but he still had his own memories, thoughts, and dreams, and soon landed on the thought that being a huge metallic thing was actually pretty cool. Towards the end of the chaos machine's construction, he was even back helping out his master by building programs for Davi. It didn't take much longer for his old apprentice to prove once again that you can't teach a new cosmic-powered entity old tricks, or anything at all, really. Seemingly, the boy had learned nothing from his earlier prank that landed him in this mess, and one day, while Vitruvius was out of the workshop, the boy was tinkering with the chaos machine. Let's just say that he entered a program he shouldn't have. There were tears and regret on both sides, and words were said. Unbeknownst to either of them at the time, though, the boy had accidentally imbued his cosmic shell with chaos energy. The consequences of this would soon become apparent to them both. Okay. So if we want to deal with this chaos machine, we need cosmic gloves. We had the elemental shield, the mind helmet, the body. Now it's time for cosmic gloves. Primed bar in the cosmic machine. Drain our rune crafting a little bit more. You can charge it again. Power up. Just go straight through. What is messed up? This one rotating. That's all you need to do to fix this. To use it again. Rotate one thing. Power up the cosmic machine. Alright. Drain that rune crafting level. Down to 18. Oof. And there's a cosmic bar. Okay. Let's see if... Doesn't say we can smith on this workbench over here. A workbench. We can try. It would save us having to go all the way up to the top of the entire area here. It's a workbench. We got the books, we got a hammer. Right? So it's here at the water token, so... I should do that? Fine. All the way to the top of the workshop to make cosmic gloves. Technically, we're still on the same level as the previous level. It's like through another door. It could be down some stairs or something. I don't know. There's been weirder movements between floors and things. Yeah, back past the mind. Back past the primer. Climbing her all around. Smith of the workbench. We want, specifically, the cosmic gloves. That's what we need. Okay. And then we head back down the hatch. We get to enjoy the cosmic gloves equipping animation here. Ooh. And back down the stairs. And over through the tunnel. There's a process in here. For sure. Open this door. Davi has opened this chaos door for us already, so we're good in that front. And it opened that because it's the air token. And it did things based on the spot with the things and the stuff. Okay. And now, this puzzle. We got all these different spots and some things on this whole system. Look at the instruction cube, break. Yep. It's got get, water, mind, body, put, operate, air, nature, cosmic, and chaos. Essentially use the RAM, Chaos Machine's RAM, used to push cubes into the CPU, and the Chaos Machine's cube parsing utility. Essentially, a big mechanical computer that tells the automaton where to go and what to do. We see things here like a law cube, an earth cube, fire cube, astral cube, a workbench, mind token here, law, break wall, earth, break wall, chaos, power the machine to make a chaos bar. So we need to get to the earth and break the wall, but the earth's over here, and the astral token's broken, and we need to get to the blank tokens to fix that. So in terms of places we can send them, water is going to be for making things, get, break, mind, body, nature, law. We need the law, so we want to get at the law, get at the nature one. You can pull some levers, push some things. It's gonna be great. Pull this lever, pushes that. I don't want to break anything right now, so let's flush the CPU. Yep. Need movement levers. It's gonna be a little bit this way. One that way. Pull this lever to push that. I need the nature cube. This rotates it. 2, 3, 4 this way. 5. I don't want to push it quite that far. Push it here, there. Nothing's just inside of the direction changers, so that's alright. Get nature. That goes in, the robot goes out. Get. Got. Now we just need to push this back this direction. Get the right ones here. Break. Operate. Body. Put. So we will put at the mind, which is over here. Just move it around. Get the things to where they need to be. It's not the most speedy of contraptions. Well, that's chaos energy, I guess. Or something. I don't know. Chaotic enough, I guess. Here is mind. Here's the put command. That's enough to ram it into the CPU. Put at the mind. Okay. Some cosmic and body tokens. Moving our next cube here over to the mind. Put the law cube. There you go. Do we have cosmic or body in here? That's the fire cube. Remember, I break the law first. Well, we can't go to the earth to there. Break the law. Law cube there. Turn this here. You know the fire? Eventually. Earth, yes. Astral, you betcha. Chaos and cosmic. Let's grab these since we can. Cosmic. We need get. Right here. Push him in. Get the thing. And we just need to bring it back to here again, essentially. See all the different bits. This one's not broken enough that it doesn't work. Okay. Break. Chaos. Mine's over here. Mine come back. Push that in. Oh, what are you doing? I would push the go further button. Not exactly what we needed. Mind. We need put. It's over here. Further button. Okay. As long as there's space also for the put at the mind, I suppose. Put it. Let's get all of our things that we're going to need here. Another instruction. Sent out. Robot. Put. There is the fire bit. Okay. Then we can get the one from the body token, which is already right here. Great. And get is also right here. So that'll work. Eventually, you would have too many cubes in here in order to keep doing more things. You have to have the robot take the cube and put it somewhere else, but that's not actually part of this. Just enough everything to make things work here. Get. And now put. Back in the mind spot. Here, nature, put, mind. Rotate back this way, essentially. Cool. There's no space for this, it's not gonna go in there. It's fine. Here's put mind. Both of these, exactly what we need. Put. Back of the mind. Okay. And that is every freely available cube collected. So that's alright. There's the Astro one. But it is broke. And so, it's time to break. Nature there, chaos, break. And where is law at these days? Body, fire, astral, break, chaos, nature, air, operate, cosmic, get, law. Okay. Law's right here. And we press the 5 button. Not really what we needed. Once you tell it to do something, that's what it's gonna do. There you go. Okay. There's law. Where is the break now? Over there. Move that one 5. That's fine. Doop doop doo doop doo. And technically, we could queue up multiple instructions here. That'd be something. Really need to do that. Make things more complicated than they need to be. One thing at a time. Perfectly fine. There you go. Go. Break the law. Law. Break. Perfect. Now we need one of these slabs. So you need to get fire. Here's a fire. Put that over here. Push that in. Give it a big push here to get the get cube closer. Instruction cubes. Very informational. Very good. All right. Get that into position. Then it works. It's nice that it combines the cubes effectively. So we can have get fire and also fire get. Stuff like that. That works. We are in the cutscene right here. Get the fires, which is actually a big slate. We need to put that at the water token. Where's over here? There's get, there's operate, there's put. Okay. Water token. Push that in. Get the get over here a little bit. Or I guess put. We want put right now. Put. That's water. There you go. Again, not a super complicated puzzle, all things considered. Especially compared to, especially Elemental Workshop 3 at launch. That was definitely something. If we carve on the workbench with the robot just standing here, you betcha. Carve the Astral Rune there like we wanted. And now we need the water again here. Jeez, unfortunate. Let's move these over here. That goes into there. Move it again. Water will slide out this way. Just makes a little bit of space when it rolls into there. Water. Then get is over here. It just put at the water. And now it's getting. Because we fixed it. I guess we need to fix it, actually. You can't go to the astral to put the astral at the astral, actually. We'll just take this entire thing. Just casually grabbing this. How much does this weigh? Probably a lot. We're at 76 kilograms. And that's 44. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. That's a pretty heavy thing. 32? Like the maximum weight of most things. Okay. So we don't need to go to water, so flush the CPU here. Yep. We need to get from the astral, actually. And then astral's right here. Okay. Effective. Effective. Push that. And I'll head right that way. Okay. It's just about going over to focus on Davy here. Making it work. Get the final cube. The Earth cube. We need to put it at the mind. Go. Where is put at these days? There it is. Just kind of all keeps rotating around here. Works well enough. Put that at mind, except there's no space. So we will rotate this a bit. Where it's gonna go already. Might just make some space. You'll see. Put. It just goes until there is space. It's gonna be a little bit. There you go. Fantastic. These ones rotate back this way, back to where we had it, except not really because things have been added to spots. Good enough for me. Need to break at Earth. Here's Earth. Get break. Other way. There's break. Push the button. Push the button. Push the button. Break. Earth. Wall. Temporary wall. Hastily constructed. Why are they trying to stop us from getting to the things and having things on fire? Chaos energy? Too dangerous to be in the hands of others? Hasn't stopped us from doing anything down here in this workshop. It's been a whole thing. Alright. Now we got the chaos token. Want to operate that with our bar on here, of course. Chaos operation. This whole thing has been honestly really not chaotic at all. It's just been perfectly managed. Chaos. That operate. Let's get chaos. And then operate is here. Let's get that in here. The last thing we need. Operates. There you go. Ram that into the cube parsing unit. Davi goes over, uses the robot strength to operate. Empower the chaos machine thing. Operates the draining machine. Say goodbye to our thieving levels, temporarily. Blast the power of the prime bar in the jig. Take from the machine. And that is Chaos Bar. Okay. Discovering everything there is to be seen here. Except further on here. At the Astral Door. And the Nature Door. And the Open Door. Which is also locked. So we'll head back. All the way to the top. Use our Chaos Bar. Elemental Chaos. Seems like a safe and good thing for us to have. Clearly. Okay. Up. And through. And all the way. Through this massive and increasingly sprawling area here. Quite the workshop they have down here. My goodness. Smith. Some chaos boots. And that's quest complete. 2 quest points, 9,000 crafting XP, 7,500 rune crafting XP, 50 coal. Ability to make and equip elemental, cosmic, and chaos equipment. Not that we really want that. Just found some coal in the book or something. Here's some chaos boots. All of the stats of the elemental workshop equipment are all not anything to write home about. Values. Worth alching, I guess, at least. That's something. Got a better key. 50 coal. Could probably do something with 50 coal. I guess. I have a better spot to mine mithril. Kinda not too worried about it, honestly. Maybe we'll just drop that. Anyways. That is Elemental Workshop 4. Who's ready for Elemental Workshop 5? Too bad, does not exist. 2011 really seems to be starting off here as the year of things that are not ever going to be continued. King of the Dwarfs technically has like one continuation that finishes that storyline, but Prisoner of Glawfrey and Elemental Workshop 4, just nothing has happened in the next 15 years. Wild stuff out here. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But definitely not next time. Goodbye.